You guys, I had a story, I thought, like a memory come up for me because I haven't been wearing earrings and like jewelry much ever since I cut my hair and did this to my hair. But yeah, I think I got rid of all my nice earrings and like super nice jewelry. I just started over with pretty much nothing, but like you can see there's like these cute little whatever costume jewelry ear studs in there, and it made me think about the time when I pierced my ears. So like the one I have in here is I was 8 years old when my mom took me to get it done, like, you know, with the professional, and they did the ear piercing guns. It almost looked like a hot glue gun, you know, when you're doing hot glue, except it would go and it would just shoot it right in your ear super fast, super easy. So it like stung and it would make your ear really red, and some people bled a little bit. I don't know that I did. It just got really red. It's like stinging. So I had those done when I was 8, and I got older, and I know I was in middle school, and 6th grade was one thing, but by the 7th grade I was like, I had mind my own. I was like, I want to do what I want. I don't want anybody telling me what to do or telling me I can't do anything. I mean, I went from 11 to 12 feeling like I was 25. I'm going to keep it real with you. And I remember trying to be on the up and up and being like, I want to get another hole, like a second hole to put like more earrings, because I saw like a lot of older girls that did that, older women, you know, just women from teenage years up, and I just thought it was cool. It's not like I wanted to be like anyone. I just liked the style of like multiple earrings, you know, thinking like they need to be real. I guess a lot of times people put fake ones or like clip-ons on, and like you would never know. But I was like, I gotta keep it real. I want another hole. Sounds really weird. And I remember my mom being like, no, why not? And I remember her saying like something about it being tacky, like that's tacky. And I remember thinking, just trying to burst my bubble here. And you know, once I get something in my mind and I really want to do it, it's like, if it's something I really want to do, and like, I've already decided, there's really no stopping me. It could be something as silly and as little as that. But at the time, for whatever reason, it was blown out of proportion to like this big thing. And I quickly probably was thinking of ways I could figure out how to do this, and who knows what thoughts were swirling around and swarming, going, okay, well, how am I going to hide this? Because I was told not to do this, but I'm going to do it. We'll find a way. And little did I know that I was going to do it myself. That was going to be the way, because I'm only 12. I can't drive myself. If I try to get someone else to help me, it's probably going to, you know, be too difficult. So before you know it, the thoughts connected, and I was like, my parents have sewing needles here. There's a sewing kit. There are needles here to do my own piercing with. And the sewing needles are really small and thin. So I remember thinking that's super fine. Like my ear, like when they do the regular earring gun, like it's a lot more puncture to it. So I'm thinking the sewing needle is going to be really thin, a lot easier to do. All I need to do is numb my ear so that it doesn't hurt at first like that. And of course I had to get enough ice. I'm bringing myself, I'm like, this is happening. I have to leave the sewing needle in my ear though and let it sit there for a while, because I'm not going to be able to just put an earring right in because it's too fine of a hole. So I'm in the bathroom. My family was probably there that night. I'm just coming in there like after dinner, whatever I did, who knows. And I have the ice, copious amounts of ice, and I made sure it stayed on my ear one at a time, long enough to where I couldn't feel. I remember checking and like, I can't feel anything really, it's completely numb. And then I just held my ear and just made sure the sewing needle went right through it, right through the middle, just pull it through, because you've numbed your ear. So I did one at a time, and I let it sit there. So there's just sewing needles just hanging out of my ear, and I do the next one. And I had really long hair, of course, at the time. So my long blonde hair, and then I left the sewing needles in, and I just remember putting my hair kind of over and not putting it behind my ears. So I'm like, you can't even see the sewing needles. So for the next week or so, I walk around at school with the needles in my ears and my hair coming over them, so people really couldn't tell. And I would just show my friends and tell them what I did, kind of on the DL, on the down low. And my family really didn't notice for quite a while. And I thought, well, I'm getting away with this. And eventually one day I probably got too comfortable with it. My hair moved and the needle was probably poking out. And my mom was like, oh my God, there's a needle. Oh my God, look, what did you do? I was like, what did I do? It's too late. I already did it. So I was pretty happy with myself. I was pretty proud of myself, because then I could eventually, I would take the needles out and I could fit the earring in there and wiggle it in there, even though I had to kind of poke it through because the earring stems are a little bit thicker than the sewing needles. But I was really proud of myself. And on top of that, I did the top of my right ear, and I can still see where I had made the hole in the puncture. And I let them all grow in when I got a little bit older. I guess I still did it through my teenage years. Maybe in my early 20s, 19 to 20 to 21, I started letting them grow back in, because I just was I was trying to be professional and move on in my career. And I'm like, I don't know if that I want all these holes in my ears. So I think at that point was when I started letting them grow back in. So I never punctured my ears again. I let it grow back in. But I just thought it was pretty interesting story of when I get determined about something, I'm going to do it. And it's just funny because I would never do that to my ears now. The thought, I'm like, dude, I have some balls, man. When I want to do something, you just better watch out. So don't even try me. But that's my story about how I pierced my ears for the second time, and a little top. This one was a lot easier to get through. Maybe, can you see the hole? Maybe, I don't even know. Can you see it? It's right there. It's weird, but yeah. This one was a lot easier to get through because it feels like cartilage, and you just it's a little harder than your soft ear. It's just easier to get through. So if anyone's trying to do that themselves, it is a lot easier. Take it from a professional.